Are you like me with broken or damaged hairline? What are you doing to fix it? Are you doing the most? Buying ridiculous numbers of product every time you hear there's a new one? Is it working for you? Do you want to know what happened to me? Stay tuned. I will be giving you a blow-by-blow account of my experience with jumping from one product to the other, doing the most, if I may say. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I know it's been forever and lately I always seem to start my videos with I'm sorry, I've been busy, I've not been able to come up with any interesting videos for you. Well, yet again here I am with the same apologies, forgive me, trust me, to be a YouTuber, I'm not a YouTuber, it's not my calling. But I just thought it would be useful to put out videos that are useful and helpful. So if I'm not consistent, forgive me. But I try to come up with things that I think would be helpful for some other person based off on my experiences. So forgive more. So hi again. For some of you, the lockdown slacked like several months ago. For most of us, we're still in the lockdown, and as you can see, the way I'm swollen now is evidence of how much lockdown has been good to me. If good is the word I should use. Either ways, it's good to put out a video after several months, even though it's not in the best of circumstances. But what can we do? We've been in this whole situation for more than a year now, so I guess at this point there's no more need to complain. It's just living up and getting on with it. So yeah, I've been good, walking and trying to get some form of normalcy back, but I fear and worry that when we go to the normal way of things at some point, we'll find it difficult actually trying to be normal. Seriously, I mean, it's going to take some getting used to being in a space with several people and not worry about COVID and not worry about what the next person has. So good luck to all of us out there. So today I'm coming to you with a video on the update on my journey to growing out my edges. Don't be too excited. I'm not. I think the last video I put out on my journey to growing out my edges was sometime in August of last year, and I had hoped that I would be able to put out another video probably 2 months or 3 months after to give an update on it, but that hasn't been the case because I wasn't quite impressed with the outcome of my hair. But unplanned for, or how should I put it? I mean, my edges started growing by me merely using something that I used to use before, but I wasn't really taking note of the impact of it until lately. I started seeing some extraordinary differences in the strength and length of my edges, but it's not because I was using some of those products. So I think last year March is when I started this whole journey of trying to grow out my edges, apart from the initial video I put out in August. So I had already a bad edges thanks to my mom who handed us the lineage of bad hair. So that was always a constant for me. I knew I had edges issues, but as bad as it wasn't so bad that the hair was actually falling off. It was bad enough to know there was a distinction between the hair in the middle and the hair in front. So it was that bad. But you know, I've been in lockdown. You're forced to watch several YouTube videos, and you find yourself moving with the craze. This product comes on, they say, oh yeah, Jamaican black castor oil, you buy. And then you go, oh no, peppermint, and then you buy. And then someone says, oh, have you tried the new cantu oil? And then you go for it. Another video comes out, oh, coconut oil, it worked for my hair. You jump on the bandwagon and buy coconut oil. And then someone comes up, have you heard this new product? It's called Hair Wonder. Oh, it's a good product. It grew out my hair in 2 weeks. You jump on the bandwagon, you buy. And then you hear, oh, there's this new line. It's called Ayurvedic oil. Oh, it grew out my hair in just 3 days. You know what? You buy. And then you hear of hair fertilizer. Oh my God, that blew out my hair. It comes with this peppermint feel. It blew out my edges just using it in a day. You jump on the bandwagon. And what? You buy. And then I just found myself buying from one product to the other, from one product to the other, and jumping on different bandwagons of products that work for different hairs. And then when I look at my collection of hair products within a year of lockdown, I ask myself, are you crazy? How many of those products worked for you? I can't say any. I can't say I don't regret it, because I do. I spent lockdown, I mean, basically struggling to get some form of bloom to my edges. I worked my socks off trying to restore my broken or damaged edges, if I would use those terms. And because of that, I was sucked into the craze of any products that anyone, you know, advertises on YouTube and giving us this false hope. Maybe it worked for them at the end of the day, but it just didn't work for me. And my take home has been that we, like I said in my other video, we all have different hair growth, you know, pace. We all have different hair texture, and different things work for different people. But I would advise caution in jumping on just any product you see or hear about, so you don't waste money as I did. I have a box full of several products that I kept changing every 3 months, every 4 months, whenever I hear about a new product that worked magic for some other person, and nothing worked for me. But funny enough, I decided to revert back to what I used to use, which was old, functional, useful shea butter. And I used to use shea butter for a long period, and my edges were normal. My edges, it wasn't wonderful, it wasn't full bloom, but it was growing, having been broken down from either stress or strain on the hair, or from bad weather, especially during the winter. That was always a constant product I used. And that was a product I was actually using before I started this whole hair growth journey that I decided to embark on. But when I look at my pictures from before I started and after I started this whole journey, I realized that I actually ruined my edges even further with all of the products I was using. It did not help. I was stupid enough to be sucked into the whole crazy, but it didn't help. And I guess that's where we fault for many of us that are desperate to restore our edges. We are desperate enough to jump on just any product, and we fail to realize not not everything works for everybody. I mean, some people could say, oh yeah, shea butter really worked for me. Some people could say black castor oil really worked for me, but that's not the story for everyone. And it goes back to the same thing I said in my last video, that we all have different hair texture, we all have different hair types, we all have different pace of growth for our hairs, and so what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other person. None of these products I can really say worked for me. I used them for months and I didn't see any growth, but I tried to convince myself I was seeing some hair growth. I'm like, oh no, I think I can see. But I've been using shea butter for the past how many months, and my hair is growing enough for me to even use my edge control. By the way, I don't really use edge control. It's just because I had to go out today, so I needed to have some normal, good-looking touch. Anyways, so my hair just started growing because I wasn't really paying much attention to using this product and that product, so I just reverted back to using what I ordinarily used to use, which was shea butter, and that has been working for me. So if you're out there like me who is crazy about or fantasizes about restoring your edges, and you're willing to do whatever it takes by spending as much money as you want to on different products, hold your guns, save your money. Figure out what works for your hair first before you're willing to invest that much. I wasn't wise enough, and that's why I'm stuck with so many products that I don't even know what to do with them anymore. Sometimes I just mix them all up and once in a while use it in my hair, but I feel like a fraud because I come up with these videos. I'm like, oh, I'm using this product and I'm going to give you update on the hair growth. Well, that hasn't been my story. Sorry, I haven't had the luxury of a Cinderella story of using a product and my hair bloomed outstandingly and I'm amazed at the growth and I want you to jump on the bandwagon and buy the product I used. No, I'm left with how many products here that I can't even market. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're working for some other people. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your journey, but it hasn't been the same for me. And probably because, like I said, we don't have the same type of hair. My hair is kind of weak, but of late my hair has been growing out because I went natural like early 2019 or so. And so my hair is trying to get some form of strength back, and it's now much stronger than it was, and it's now kind of big and full. I used to have really scanty and unhealthy, sick looking hair, and that's why it was breaking off easily, and that's me not doing too much. So at least I try to moisturize the hair. I try to use leave-in conditioner, but a constant for me now and these days more than ever before is shea butter. That's one thing I can always count on for moisture, for strength, and for growth for me so far. My hair is not growing extraordinarily in the edges, but it's growing. Otherwise, the whole hair itself, it's growing really well. But my edges have picked up and are kind of restored, even though it's not back to where it was before I started this journey, but it's looking healthier than it was after I started using all these other extra products that I got myself sucked into. So please, before you invest so much money on a product that people have attested to or sworn by, how about you just buy a sample bottle or a very small bottle and try using for at least a month first to see if it actually works before you try spending more money or investing more money in that product or in that line. I wasn't wise enough to take that route. I had to learn the hard way. So now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this this pile of products I have that are of no use to me. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I've learned my lesson. And now when people tell me, oh, have you heard of this product? I'm like, wow, tell me about it. Oh, it did this. Are you going to jump in it? No, thank you, but I'm happy for your journey. So I'm on a journey to just sticking to what works for me and not being sucked in the craze or in the buzz of a new product. If you find a product that works for you, good on you. But for me, I will respect myself and respect my hair, because I'm sure if my hair could talk, my hair would tell me it has do. It don't do. Save me all this stress. So now I'm listening to the hair because I'm sure the hair is tired. I am going to take care of my hair better. I will stick to the product I know works for me, and I will try to avoid things that just don't work. So you do the same. Figure out what works for you and stick to it. And if your hair is blooming, please drop us a message and let us know so we can celebrate with you. Otherwise, I will keep on with this space and hope my hair blooms even further than this. And I'll try to give it more respect by not straining it or stressing it too much. But otherwise, I'm happy where I am right now. I'm saving a lot more money. And I'm trying to be as healthy as possible, drinking water as much as possible, trying to feed well. I'm sure you can see the evidence in my cheeks of my gloomy self. I'm trying to be healthy to an extent, but let's not get to that side of things. So you do same, but more importantly, take care of yourself, be safe, and God bless. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.